Hey, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. A special thanks to our Patreon patrons and to our YouTube subscribers. You're keeping Shane afloat. He's able to get out here and tape these things, and it's important that you remember to subscribe if you can afford so. If you can't afford to, or even if you are a subscriber, please, at a minimum, link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. That's real money to Shane. It costs nothing to you. It costs Amazon. Link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. It is free for you. Shane gets $2.50. It's part of your Prime subscription. Don't let that go to waste. Take advantage. It takes literally 3 clicks and you're done. From Sifted, from my fellow baby Cinetic, 3 million people have played Assassin's Creed Shadows in its first week on the market. Given the recent financial woes of Ubisoft, do you think the launch was successful enough for it to turn things around? What will it take to change its fortunes? What do its results say about the online hate campaigns? 3 million is a lot. The last few Assassin's Creed, the last few successful ones, have sold between 5 and 7 million units in the first 3 months, and had worse or similar numbers to this. Like, I don't remember anybody having 4 million in the first week. A couple have had 2 million. And again, it really depends on how you promote it and how you measure it. But it's not like we're talking about 3 million versus 300,000. I would say this is comparable to Valhalla. The normal sell-through on a game is about half of lifetime units in its first quarter. Now, this game launched in March, so you don't really have that much time between launch date, I think 10 days, 11 days, between launch date and the end of the quarter. In past years, there were sell-in units, they called it, because you had retail physical units, and they'd ship it to retail, and a store would take 50 copies of the game, knowing that they were going to sell them in the next 3 weeks, so it didn't matter. Now with digital downloads, probably no more than 50% of first week units are retail, and second, third, fourth week is probably 20% retail and 80% download. So you can't stuff the channel. So I don't know that UB's March quarter results are going to show more than about 4 or 5 million units, but I think they're probably going to sell 7 million in the first 3 months. I've heard from reviewers, Shane among them, that it's a really good game. Stephen Totillo that said it was right up there for his game of the year. Obviously, GTA is going to be pretty good, so my guess is they'll all change their ideas as they play GTA. But this is going to be a top game this year. As far as the online trolls, I think what's hilarious is that first class squad, Elon Musk got involved. He bashed Assassin's Creed Shadows, and they said, did the guy who you pay to play Path of Exile tell you that? It was pretty funny. And the social media guy at Assassin's Creed, props to you. You're very witty, and I'm your new #1 fan. Way to go. And, the whole thing is stupid. Now, are the trolls out in force? Yes. Are there a lot of them? Probably 20-25% of all people are just racist jerks. But most of them are just too stupid to pay attention. And if this game starts getting nominated for Game of the Year kind of stuff, they're going to play it because they don't want to miss out. The trolls' hatred of a female ninja or a black samurai is outweighed by their desire to play really fun games. Everything I read about this game is it's really good. So, I like Assassin's Creed. And, I obviously, 10 to 15 million units each version. 10 to 15 million other people really like Assassin's Creed. How many of those are trolls? I don't know. But for every troll that decides not to buy the game, there's going to be somebody who hears it's good and will buy the game. My forecast of the game is down from the peak best game ever by 2-3 million units. That's the trolls that are going to stay away. I don't think anybody cares. And honestly, just because Elon Musk told you that it's just a terrible game, like, oh, okay, let's do whatever Elon Musk does because that'll make us a billionaire. No, I don't think the troll campaign matters at all. I think the real importance of the troll campaign is it's going to scare a future developer from casting a non-conventional, meaning non-white male hero in a game. They're going to think twice about it. But, what's that game called? Senua's Saga. That's a woman. And Lara Croft, that's a woman. I mean, and Resident Evil, that's a woman. We have women all Hellblade. We have women characters. Horizon Zero Dawn, that was a woman. Women are all over the place. Not Uncharted. Last of Us is a woman. We have women heroines all the time. So, again, these know-it-all troll heads who think everything's in there because it's DEI. No, it's in there because Ubisoft's creators thought it was interesting and thought that it would make the game more fun. Cool. I gotta say, I don't care if my samurai is a black guy or a white guy or a Japanese guy or a purple guy. I like that he's so strong he can take people's heads off with one swing. Like, I think that's really fun. Like, I personally hate hacking. I hate dragon sword games. 5,000 strikes with your sword to kill a dragon. I like one-shot headshot fallout because I have a laser rifle or a plasma rifle. Like, one-shot headshot, they're gone. Head explodes. Ubi's got a lot of debt. They have a elongated release schedule. They haven't been able to get enough games out in a given year to generate enough profit to kind of pay their debt down. And their real problem is that they have 17,000 employees, and just to compare and contrast, they have 17,000 employees with, call it, 2 billion euros, $2.2 billion of revenue. Take-Two has $5.5 billion of revenue and has about half as many employees. Activision had $8.5 billion and had 2/3 as many employees. So if you do the math, if you take like Activision $8.5 billion divided by, call it 12,000 employees or something, 600,000 per employee in revenue. Ubisoft 100,000. You can't make money at 100,000 per employee, 150, whatever, because you're paying them 100. So if it's like run a burger joint, and the labor cost of selling somebody a burger is $5, and it's in a fast food restaurant, and you charge $5 for burgers. You can't make money. That's Ubisoft. So they shouldn't have that many employees, and what it's going to take to reverse their fortunes is to get a lot leaner. They announced today that they are going to drop their intellectual property into a separate subsidiary, that Tencent's going to invest 1.16 billion euros, that Tencent's investment values the subsidiary at 4 billion, so Tencent's buying like 27 or 28% of the stock, and their stock didn't move after they announced that. Why is that? Because they're not really doing anything more than saying, okay, we're going to take our business and we're going to push one piece of the business here that we own all of, and you can invest in that. And the way you invest in that is we're going to take the parent company, pay the subsidiary a royalty, a payment, a license fee for the rights to use the intellectual property we push down there. You, the investor in that subsidiary, can now get a return on what you invested in. But guess what? The parent company makes less money now. So let's just say that the royalty is 15% of sales. Well, then Ubi's going to make that much less money. So the overall Ubisoft is worth the same whether they say our intellectual properties in one subsidiary, our game studios are in another, our movie and TV business licensing arm is in another, our comic book business is another. It's still the same company. Ubi's worth what Ubi's worth. And showing that the intellectual property unburdened by debt and unburdened by all the overhead, burdens of all the 17,000 employees is worth $4 billion. That just means if Ubi's worth, call it $2.5 billion, the rest of the company is worth negative $1.5. So I don't know that does much. I guess the good news though is if the intellectual property is in a new subsidiary, that allows the outside investors in that intellectual property to kind of argue that Ubi should make more of it, should make games faster, should generate higher revenues. So that could unlock some value in Ubisoft by having investors place pressure on management. You got to make games faster. They should be doing that as Ubisoft investors anyway, but if they're investing in the IP, they're going to say, please exploit the IP more frequently and more fully. So it probably will serve to drive value, but that's what they're doing. And the capital they're raising from this, that 1.16 billion, that's about half their debt. So they're going to pay their debt down by half. and that's good. So that makes them more financially sound, and that takes away what they call, liquidity risk, bankruptcy risk. They don't have to refinance their debt because they're going to have less of it. And so if in fact Trump's tariffs cause interest rates to go up, and they will, then borrowing money becomes more expensive, and that would be bad for Ubisoft. And if Trump eliminates the tariffs and interest rates go down, then everybody's in good shape. So that's probably what will happen. Thank you for joining us on Pachter Factor. If you're a SIFTD subscriber through Patreon, or if you're a YouTube subscriber, thank you. You're helping out a lot. If you're doing that or not, please try to remember to link your Amazon Prime account and your Twitch Prime account. That's free for you. It's easy to do. There are instructions on how to do so in the show description below. If you just click on that, about 3 clicks, and you are re-upped. You have to do it every month. So if you haven't done it in a while, please try to remember to do that. Shane gets paid. It costs you nothing. You are sticking it to Amazon. I wish Tesla was paying him so you could stick it to Elon Musk. But anyway, stick it to Amazon because it's free. And take advantage. Don't let a free benefit go untapped. Tap it. Tap that thing. Anyway, thanks for joining us, fellow babies. We will see you next week.